Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We're starting off with a story that's been making waves in the international community. U.S. President Donald Trump has announced plans to send a hospital ship to Greenland, a Danish territory that he's expressed interest in acquiring in the past. The announcement was made on social media, where Trump stated that the hospital ship would be sent to take care of the many people who are sick and not being taken care of there. However, Danish officials have pushed back against this claim, stating that Greenland does not need medical assistance from other countries. Danish Defense Minister Truls Lund Poulsen told a local broadcaster that the Greenlandic population receives the health care it needs, either in Greenland or in Denmark, if specialized treatment is required. This development comes after months of tensions between the U.S. and Denmark over Trump's desire to purchase Greenland. The situation has been further complicated by the evacuation of a crew member from a U.S. submarine off the coast of Nuuk, Greenland's capital, who required urgent medical attention. It's worth noting that Trump's announcement has raised questions about the motivations behind it, with some speculating that it may be an attempt to exert influence over the region. The Danish government has maintained that Greenland is not for sale and has sought to reassure its citizens of its commitment to their autonomy. As this story continues to unfold, we'll be keeping a close eye on developments and bringing you updates as more information becomes available. We'll also be exploring the broader implications of this situation and what it might mean for international relations. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a developing story that's making headlines across the United States. According to reports from multiple sources, including The Straits Times and NBC News, a man was shot and killed by U.S. Secret Service agents after attempting to unlawfully enter President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. The incident occurred around 1:03 a.m. local time when the suspect, identified as a man in his early 20s from North Carolina, was observed carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and a fuel can near the north gate of the property. Agents confronted the individual, and shots were fired, resulting in the suspect's death. Fortunately, no U.S. officers were injured during the incident. The motives behind the suspect's actions are still unclear, but an investigation is underway, led by the FBI, with assistance from the Secret Service and local authorities. This event comes amid a rise in political violence in the United States, with several high-profile incidents reported in recent years, including attempts on President Trump's life. It's essential to note that the situation is still unfolding, and more information will likely become available as the investigation progresses. We will continue to monitor the story and provide updates as necessary. In the meantime, we urge our listeners to remain informed through reputable sources and to avoid speculation or spreading misinformation. The safety and security of public figures, including President Trump, are of utmost importance, and incidents like this highlight the critical role that law enforcement agencies play in protecting them. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, we're taking a closer look at the escalating tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Reports are emerging that Pakistan has launched strikes on militant targets in Afghanistan, resulting in dozens of casualties, including women and children. The Pakistani government claims these strikes were in response to recent suicide bombings, which they believe were carried out by fighters operating from Afghan territory. The ruling Taliban in Afghanistan has condemned the attacks, vowing an appropriate response at a suitable time. This escalation comes just days after a Saudi-mediated release of 3 Pakistani soldiers aimed at easing tensions along the border. The situation is complex, with both countries accusing each other of harboring militants and failing to secure their shared border. It's essential to consider the humanitarian impact of these conflicts, as civilians often bear the brunt of the violence. We must also acknowledge the historical and cultural context that underlies these tensions, including the delicate balance of power in the region and the role of external factors. As we strive for a deeper understanding of this situation, it's crucial to consult multiple sources and avoid simplifying the issues at hand. By doing so, we can work towards a more nuanced and informed discussion, one that acknowledges the complexities and challenges faced by both Pakistan and Afghanistan. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.